Hello everyone, this is Scott JUA from the RPF and other forums. This is another Han Solo A New Hope blaster build. This is another Denix base with Dark Energy Creations simplified parts run. So if you missed it on the other video, the simplified parts run is the accurate Han Solo A New Hope hero parts, but they are cast rather than all machined. So the scope is cast, the scope knob is cast, the scope mount is cast. We got aluminum versus steel knobs, aluminum knob here versus steel. Simple brass rings, so it's just a brass ring and a glass, and you have to epoxy or glue in the glass. Single cast knob. Cast flash hiders, although this one is for Jeffrey, and he sent in an aluminum flash hider. The aluminum bull barrels as well, so you can see here that I got a very nice gun blue on the aluminum here. The aluminum, if you keep and work at it, it'll actually turn bluish when you use aluminum black. Otherwise, you can get a finish like this, something more weathered and worn. The pewter pieces, the cast pieces, blew up nice and looks. And in fact, it's kind of interesting to see what the pictures of the scopes look like before they're weathered. They look quite nice, and then it's time to beat and bash them and weather them up. And so what I did here was weather the brass rings, weather the paint off, and then use some brass black to darken them up to give them the aged look. Because all of my real scopes have the paint worn off, and the brass is very weathered. As you can see here, let me focus on that here. There we go. The knob, it's cast piece, so there's no moving parts to it, and it's not brass, it's actually cast in pewter. So what I did at first was a gold rub and buff to give it the brass look, then painted over it. Then when scratching off the paint, the rub and buff shows through. There's a little bit of silver showing through, but mostly it's that gold rub and buff. And I did a couple tiny little touch-ups of gold rub and buff here and there as well to complete the look. Try to match the scratches from the Chronicles book on the crossbar. Brightened up the sight ramp, took away the Denix butt here, brightened up the hammer. I didn't make them completely polished or anything like that, because an old 100-year-old Mauser does look they look about like this anyway. So milled in the extractor detail here. Got the mystery disc. Oh, the trigger. Let's take a look at that trigger. This is a Denix trigger, but I found that a 7/8 end mill fits the Profile 4 real Mauser trigger just perfectly. So I milled it down and then hand filed the rest. So it's a nice smooth feeling to it. Really good trigger. I really like the trigger now. Let's see, the sight greebly is here. Aluminum flash hider. That blued bull barrel. What other details? Oh, I milled down the let me see if I can show you guys. Milled down the Denix logos here. It's funny, this light, the camera is picking up all sorts of colors that your eyes don't really see in the metal, but you can see there that the try not to bump the camera, those mill marks there, that's on purpose to make it look like a Mauser, a real Mauser. Oh, so he also sent in his Dark Energy Creations walnut wood grips. Treated those with True Oil, beat them up a little bit. Use some brass black inside on the brass hardware, make it look nice and old. So there it is. There's another Han Solo A New Hope DL-44 from the new run. So Jeffrey, I hope you like it. I'm going to pack it up and get it shipped out here soon. All right, take it easy, guys.